Jason, we are talking about Taylor Swift today and not talking about Travis Kelce.
Oh, really?
Yes, we are talking about Taylor Swift because she is in the news today because Taylor Swift Singapore leg spurs bad blood in
Oh,
Southeast Asia.
okay.
And you know what? The neighbors can't seem to shake it off.
Oh, my Lord. Okay.
So yes, Taylor Swift's in the news today because yes, she has recently played in Singapore. I have a couple of things to say about this, but the main topic here is that Taylor Swift is in Singapore. She performed there, and the thing is that apparently she had signed a deal,
An incentive, as someone would say.
an incentive, as some would say, to play there and not play in some of its neighboring countries. And a few of those countries are mad, specifically the Philippines, Thailand, and Hong Kong. And some of those are demanding an explanation on why and what is happening. So the thing is that this makes sense though. Like you as a country would want Taylor Swift to play there.
Yeah. I mean, wherever she goes, she sells out tickets.
That's true. Well, she went to Japan.
Yeah.
She played in Japan, and she's played in a lot of other places. Even some prime ministers begging her to
Really?
come play in some of their cities. But I have a couple more things to say about this. But before that, if you like interesting topics like this, consider subscribing. Subscribing's free. It doesn't cost anything, and we put out videos daily. So consider subscribing. So the thing is, like I mentioned, Taylor Swift apparently was incentivized to play at Singapore, and a couple of things that apparently have been said was that Taylor Swift played there for 6 days. The economic outcome of her playing in Singapore was expected to be about $500 million for her
Wow.
time there. The economic impact, but as we've talked about here, is that the economic impact that Taylor Swift has is insane to some of these cities that she goes to.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, even if it's a $500 million impact, let's say they did 10%,
$50 million.
$50 million to get her to show up. And like that, I mean, that probably less than that. I feel like maybe like 25 million
Yeah.
would probably be a rough estimate.
So this makes sense that like if Singapore signed an exclusive deal, or that Singapore signed an exclusive deal with Taylor Swift to play there and not play other places, to get all those the people from all those other countries to go and see her in Singapore. And
Yeah.
the most important thing was to cement Singapore as an entertainment hub and the vacation destination for most.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do know, as many of those who like follow Taylor Swift know, Swifties are very dedicated.
They are.
So I feel like a lot of the people that are watching these shows are probably Swifties who've gone to other concerts before. So they're multiple offenders. They've been to multiple concerts.
Yes, it is true. And yeah, it was confirmed. Yeah, it was confirmed that she signed a deal with them. I believe I'd have to go back and check, but I'll put it up here that it was about $18 million that she
really?
received. Yeah.
Okay,
in
so
terms-
I guess a little high, but
yeah,
was this based on percentages of what?
that she so she based on like based on like what she got paid and the economic impact that she had to the city,
Yeah.
it's really, like, honestly, it's a good deal.
Yeah, well, what do you call consider it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like the headlines and whatnot. I mean, it's in the press and like all these people are now introduced to Singapore.
Yes, and that's true. A lot of people being introduced to Singapore, but like I mentioned before, it does cement Singapore as an entertainment hub. I think because Taylor Swift has gone there now, it becomes easier for other artists to say it's like, hey, I'm going to Singapore, because it's like if I might have a fandom there, and at the same time, it's like it's one of the places that you could go to. That's relatively like people will go to and travel to.
Yeah, I do wonder if there are other artists who could demand a premium to like an exclusive premium.
Beyonce.
Beyonce? Yeah, maybe. she's like, I'll go, because I mean, effectively that was $3 million per show because she had 6 shows in Singapore.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's roughly about $3 million, but yes, it's very interesting, and it does bring into question,
Is this fair for everybody else?
yes, exactly. Is this fair for everyone else? I mean, Japan didn't have to worry about it because she went over there to go play. But
I
like
wonder if that was like before, like they saw they went to Japan, it's like, oh, this is great, and then they're like, they reached out, it's like, hey, how would if you just go only to here for the rest of the tour?
But you think about it, you think about it. Justin Trudeau, Canada, begged Taylor Swift to to go over there
To Canada?
to Canada.
I mean,
She added it like last minute. I feel to go over there. He was on X. He was on Twitter.
It's like, please.
Yeah, saying please. It's like come to my city.
Which city?
She's gonna be playing in Vancouver.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna be playing in Vancouver and the other big city. I'll put it up
Quebec?
here.
Not Quebec.
No, not Quebec. I'll put it up here. But she's gonna be playing in 2 cities in Canada. But yes, the prime minister came out and said it's like come play at my city. And the thing is that he probably saw the dollar signs.
I mean, they could just go across the border to
That's what
the
they were
US.
doing.
Yeah.
That's what the Canadian citizens were doing. They were like, we have to go across the border to go see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But I think he was more interested in the amount of money that was being generated because from firsthand experience, going to a Taylor Swift concert here during her Eras tour, all the hotels being sold out.
Yeah.
Literally a bunch of like people in the city
doing other things besides. I mean, they can't be at the concert all day, so they have to go do other things.
Yeah, exactly. They were all out and about. You see it. People get friendly when you talk about Taylor Swift because everyone's there essentially for Taylor Swift. Yeah, and it's just even outside the venue where there was crowds that went up to like thousands of people.
Yeah, people that didn't even have tickets. They just went to go hang out.
Yes. So the thing is that it's easy enough to see. It's like, hey, how could I get this artist to come to my city? How can I get this artist to not go to these other cities?
Yeah.
Because the thing is that if they don't go there and they only go to my city, then they'll know like they could always come here and see how it is. They could always see artists here. They know artists are going to play here.
Yeah.
And the thing is that other artists too also went to go see Taylor Swift in Singapore.
Nice. I believe it. Yeah.
So that's what it is. It just becomes this huge snowball of like, hey, it's like I see Taylor Swift playing there.
Yeah.
I could play there.
Yeah. I mean, to me, this reminded me of like how the Olympics were supposed to work out, where like, oh, you have to build like all the infrastructure for all the games and stuff, and then because of this, all these people are going to show up and prop up the economy to like make it worthwhile. And then it's like, typically those cases for Olympics, they always lose money.
Yeah.
And in this case, they had to spend a little bit of money to make sure they locked in the deal, but they went out in terms of how much money they made.
Yeah, it is very interesting, but I could also see how the neighboring countries feel about this.
Oh, I mean, like I feel like those fans, if in other nations, would be like pretty bummed out.
No, they'd be
like,
mad.
Well, yeah. But I mean, like at that point, would you just be mad? I don't know, because I feel like you probably just still go if you could.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I have one last thing to say, but the thing is that I would also want to know from our audience what they think about this, what they think about the Taylor Swift Eras Tour, essentially the whole time frame of what they think, and if they've been to the show or if they tried to get tickets to a show, to any of the new showings or anything like that. But I would want to know their opinion on this and if they would travel to another country to go see Taylor Swift.
I feel like that's like a good reason for them to go, because like, oh, you know, like they'd want to watch Taylor Swift concert, but then also like they can make a whole vacation out of it.
That's true.
Because like imagine like people have Japan as like one of those bucket list places to go to like at least visit once. So if like you have like any reason to go there outside of just like visiting, and Taylor Swift could be that reason, so they could go out of their comfort zone to like at least know one thing and then go visit other places. So
Yeah. The last thing I did want to say is like, I believe from what I read, hotel prices shot up 20%, 20 or 30%.
I believe it.
Yeah, because of Taylor Swift and all the people coming in there. And the very last thing, if you stay this long, another huge celebrity that was there was Lisa from Blackpink, who actually
nice.
took pictures with Taylor Swift at her concert. So the thing is, like, it's crazy, like how, like, the people who are going to see Taylor Swift and the celebrities going over there. But yes, I would want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below.